So with me here, I have the Samsung Note 20 Ultra. Apparently, I've had this for about. The issue is that about some year ago, something happened and it got damaged. So I really can't. It's almost anything got damaged. So I had to buy the spare parts from AliExpress. This is the front camera. I think the front camera is damaged. Then in this package here, yeah, I have the Wi-Fi antenna. That is this particular guy here that is damaged. If you want to fix this, it has a model number. This is you, and basically most other ones too. They have their model number. You have the 986N, you have the X. But to get yours, you have to be very specific to make sure that you get the exact one you are looking for. So let me open up the camera. I'll get in this protective case, so we'll toss that aside. Then yeah, I think this should be the speaker. Yeah, so this is the speaker. Because like I said, the speaker also had its own damages, so I had to buy the exact same thing. So here is the screen. I actually couldn't get the full screen because trust me, you can't really get the full screen like that. But I don't have to go for something else. Then they gave me some dates, and this is basically the date. Some Philips screwdriver required to this, then they gave you a section cup, and also you have glue. So yeah, and let's set this aside. Then also I have the back glass because the back glass obviously got damaged. So without wasting any much time, let's just get down to removing the tools. So first of all, I have to take out the 5G antenna. And to do that, you would need to be very, very careful. You'd have to lift it up from the side. This is the antenna, the 5G antenna gone. Let's check the screen though. Let's see. Oh, wow. Wow. So here we have the replacement screen. And it also comes with a free glass protector. So let's set this aside for now. Then next, we would have to take away the vibrator. And in doing this, you have to be careful because most times it is usually glued down. So you have to be very, very careful when you're taking it out. And for me, just to be safe, I will just put it back in here very quietly. Then it stays not inside. Then also you have to remove the charger port. And where it comes off. Then this is the plugs for the cable for the screen actually. So this is going off. So now the next thing is to disconnect the S pin. And also you have to make sure that you remove the SIM ejector tray. So yeah, I'm trying to take out the motherboard. Please make sure before you take out the motherboard of your phone, your battery is disconnected. And do not use any metal to disconnect cables. Make sure you use plastic. The front speaker. Let's say. For this next step, you need to be very, very careful when you are pulling out the motherboard so that you don't mistakenly pull out the motherboard and also a flex cable. Because if you do that, trust me, this whole experiment is toast. On the assembly, there are some stickers on the assembly board. So you have to take everything off before inserting the motherboard. So this is me just fixing in the motherboard first before adding any other components. So the next thing I'm going to install is the camera. And this camera, I'm happy it actually came with a protective film, not film rather, but it came protected. So all I have to do is just to add it into the motherboard. And mostly Samsung phones, they always glue it down, but I'm not going to use a glue. I don't want to damage anything. I'm just going to put it there because there is actually a cover, small or less like an antenna that's actually going to cover it up. Sure. So after installing the camera, I'm going to connect the 5G antenna. This is actually the 5G antenna and also the S Pen connector. So I just want to keep it connected so that I won't forget anything along the way. Now the next thing is to add this. This is actually the antenna. This is not just a cover. This actually has the loudspeaker, that's the microphone loudspeaker, and also the mic speaker to it. So all I have to do is just, pin this down and make sure it clicks. You have to hear that click. Then once it clicks, then I'm actually going to screw it down to hold it so that, nothing gets losing or at the end of the day, I have to restart this all over. It's actually going to take time, but you just have to be patient. You have to trust the process. Now that's done. So the next thing is I'm going to take out the 5G antenna from this display assembly and put it into the new one. There are two 5G antennas. You have one on the top right and you have another one on the bottom left. So what you have to do is you have to be very careful because there is more or less like a metal holding it down to the board. So you have to be very, very careful when you're pulling it out. If not, it's going to break. I learned this the hard way because mine actually broke. Trust me, it broke. And at this point, I don't know what to do. I just have to trust the process. So this is me struggling to remove it. So after removing it, I have to do is just to install it into this assembly here. There's actually a flex cable to it, a flex cable that connects the 5G antenna to the board. It's actually detachable. So once it's removed, all you have to do is just put it back. And while you're putting it back, always make sure you hear a click or you could feel the click. So once you feel the click, then you're good to go. So you just have to pick it up and put it into this assembly. And this is what I'm doing. There are two screws on it, whereby once you put it, you have to screw them down. But since I broke one part of it, I had to skip the screw and I just basically have to just use one screw to hold it down for the meantime. The next thing now is to take out the battery from the old assembly and put it into the new display assembly. Please note, do not do what I'm doing. Do not try to do this because basically it is always glued down. And for you to actually easily remove it, you have to use a heat gun. All you have to do is just apply it on the surface of the battery to loosen up the adhesive, then you can pull it out. Do not try this because if what I'm doing mistakenly puncture the battery, trust me, you're toast. You just have to order a new battery, like you have to buy a new battery. But luckily for me, I was very, very, very careful while putting this out because I can't wait another 2 or 3 weeks to order another battery from AliExpress. So I just have to, take my time and so far so good. It's working. Even though it stressed me, like it stressed me out. And finally it is out. Trust me, guys, this thing stressed me. It took me more than 2 minutes. It was close to 5 minutes to pull it out. You see, on this display assembly, there is actually a protective film covering the adhesive for the battery. That is for the battery plates. Because mostly once you pull out the blue sticker from it, you could actually mount the battery and it's going to glue to it. But I'm not sure of the status of this battery because it's been 2 years. So just to be on the safer side, I had to keep it. Now this is me pulling out the charging dock. That's the USB Type-C charging dock. You actually need it. This got damaged, actually. So let me just tell you the whole story. My phone fell into water, then I had to put it into a microwave, and the microwave was the one that toasted this phone. Trust me. It's actually toast this phone. So most things spoiled, and like I told you, so I have to install the USB-C, and this is me putting in the speaker because the speaker have to go over it to click it. But before then, I would have to fix in the 5G antenna. That is the 5G antenna cable because it has to be plugged. It has to be connected to both the motherboard and to the charging dock. It connects both of them together because if you look at it, you see that there are two different components and they can't work alone. So something has to connect them together. And that is where the 5G antenna comes in and the um the charging port the charging port flex cable also comes in. So you have to install that. So this is the charging port. This is the Type-C charging port. I didn't change this because I believe this is still perfect. So all I have to do is just you have to be careful. You have to make sure it goes into the connector space of the new digital assembly board. Like I said, you have to be very, very careful. You have to be very, very careful. So this is me just trying to figure out how to get it in, which I did. This is this connects the motherboard the charging to the charging connector. So when you plug in your charger, it sends the current directly to the board, and the board, does whatever it does to do, and you put it to the battery. So this is me just connecting it, and after doing that, you have to make sure there is a click. Like I said, always make sure there is a click if you are doing this yourself. So I'm just trying to put in all the connectors, clicking them together and make sure that they are well clicked and well firm. And while doing this, I actually spent a lot for this display. So I'm just trying to turn it on to see if it's going to come on. And to my surprise, it came on. So this actually means that we're still doing a good job. So far, so good. We are doing a good job. So let's continue. I'm trying to test out the Type-C connector to make sure it's still charging. So this is me just, putting in my charger and waiting for it to load up or to boot up, whichever one you want to take. Yeah, it's taking time because it has to take time. You just reconnected everything. So it has to navigate and sort out whatever it wants to sort out. But you just have to be patient and wait for it to come up. So while waiting, I'm not supposed to install this. Actually, that is me just being, trying to install the wireless connector with the with the coil. Why did I just forget the name? That is the NFC coil. This is me just installing them with the speaker. So I have to mount everything in. Normally, I'm not supposed to do this. I'm supposed to put everything together, clip them in, screw it before I try to power up the phone. But ignorance, yeah. Don't mind me. Let's continue. Basically, the wireless coil, that's the wireless connector, has a kind of clip on it, and this clip covers all the connector. It covers the screen, the Wi-Fi, the antenna, the subboard. It covers everything, protecting it. Because most times, if your phone falls, those things can easily pull out. But having that installed on the phone, you are safe. So I've clipped it in. I have not screwed it down yet, but I'm just trying to, test out the phone and see how well it's working and how good it's going. So the next step for me is just to screw all of them down and make sure they are working. So this is me powering on the phone again, trying to power it on to check everything if we did a good job. As you could see, I have not actually put in the back glass because I have to make sure everything works so that I won't have to glue the back glass and at the same time I'll have to come back, open it, then try to fix one or two things. So now I don't want to go to that stress. So I have to just make sure the phone turns on and everything works. Everything works. So if everything works, then I don't think I have a problem. All I have to do is just to mount the glass plate, that is the back glass, and we are good. And at this point, I ran into a problem. I forgot my password. It's been 3 years, so I can't remember the password I use. So yeah, complications. I've been locked out for 15 minutes. Sorry, for 1 hour. So 1 hour. While that is waiting, let's continue. Then the back cover, I'll fix it. But before I fix the back cover, I want to check everything in it using the Samsung diagnosis app to see if it's working. Then that's all. Yeah, so I ran some tests using the Samsung diagnostic app and everything seems to be working well aside from the wired headphone. And to use the wired headphone, obviously you have to connect a Type-C cable to it. Then there's a part of this video that I skipped, which is fixing the back cover. And that is because I did a mold back cover. Voila, this is it. This is actually a mold. It's transparent, very sleek. You could see everything. I bought this glass cover also from AliExpress at a very, very cheap price. Very, very cheap price. So that is all in this video. If you want to make a mold of any Samsung phone, starting from Note 20 Ultra to S24 Ultra, you could do it yourself. You could make a mold or you could actually fix your phone yourself, whichever way you want to. So that is all in this video, and peace.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.